So welcome back everybody, Mike here. Today's video is one that I really didn't plan on making. I just never gave it much thought, I guess, but I keep getting asked the same 4 questions over and over again. So I figured I'd take a little time here this evening to make one video to answer all 4 questions and call it good. So the first question that I keep getting asked is, Mike, do you still have the Kubota? Yes, I do. It's right here behind me. It wasn't abducted by aliens. It's not buried with Jimmy Hoffa. It's not parked in Area 51. It's right here at Camp Morgan. Second question that I keep getting asked is, why aren't you using the Kubota anymore? There's a good answer for that one too. Very easy. If you've been following along for the last couple months, you probably already know I have 4 tractors now to use here on the property, and there's only one of me. Now, I've always been the type of person, I watch odometers on vehicles and hour meters on tractors. So 1 out of the 4 tractors I paid a lot of money for, and the other 3 are on loan. So it kind of only makes sense to use one of the other 3 that are on loan than the Kubota. And besides, like I said, there's only one of me and 4 tractors. So if I could clone myself, which I can't see that happening, I'd probably be running all 4. Would you imagine that, if you could clone yourself? Right now I'd have Mike number 2 out in the woods cutting firewood, Mike number 3 splitting firewood, Mike number 4 probably doing a honeydew list for Melissa. That'd be awesome. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So that is why I haven't been using the Kubota. I have 3 other tractors that are more than capable to do what I need to do, and there's just one of me. The next question I keep getting asked is, which tractor do I like better? The RK37 or the Kubota L3901? And this one here is going to take a little bit of time to explain. I really don't have an answer yet, because I've got about 10 hours on the RK37 and I got about 200 on the Kubota L3901. But I am going to spend some time here and show you what I like and don't like about both tractors. So we're going to go over them both, and then we'll go from there and get to the question number 4. So now we're just going to go over a few of the specs of both tractors. You can look any of this information up online if you like. But I just want to give you some idea what we're looking at here. The RK37 is powered by a 100.2 cubic inch 3-cylinder Yanmar diesel, and it produces 37.4 horsepower. The Kubota is powered by a 111.4 cubic inch 3-cylinder diesel, and it produces 37.5 horsepower. PTO horsepower in the RK37 is 30.2, the Kubota 30.6. Fuel tank capacity, RK37 9 gallons, 11.1 gallons for the Kubota. Hydraulic flow, 6.4 gallons for the RK37, 6.3 gallons for the L3901. As you can see, basically the engines and the hydraulics are pretty close to the same on both these tractors. Now, here's some differences in both. The RK37 is physically a little bit larger tractor. Tires are much bigger. It's just a little bit longer and a little bit heavier tractor. And that comes into play with the lift capacity on the loader. The RK37 has a lift capacity of 2,116 pounds. Now that's at the the pivot pin, and the Kubota is 1,131 pounds. So almost 1,000 pounds difference between the two. And I can tell, I had the pallet forks on the RK37 the other day. It undeniably lifts a lot more than the L3901. Total length of the RK37 is 126 inches compared to 116 on the L3901. The wheelbase 64.5 on the RK37 versus 63.3 on the Kubota. 3-point lift capacity is 1,764 pounds. That's 2 feet behind the end links on the RK37 compared to 1,435 pounds on the Kubota, about 300 pounds difference. Now we're going to talk about a few things that I like and don't like about each tractor. RK37, I really like the flat deck. Has just a very slight hump in the center of it compared to the Kubota. Has the big transmission hump in the middle. Now keep in mind the Kubota L3901 is it's an economy model Kubota, and there's nothing wrong with these transmissions. Maybe somebody can answer in the comments, but most economy tractors have this type of transmission, that you have that hump in the operator station. I think they function the same, they're just less expensive, and that's why they put them in the economy models. Next up is the loader control. The RK37 has it back here, the L3901 up there. The 37 is more comfortable to operate there, plus you can access the operator station from both sides compared to just one side on the Kubota. I mean, you can kind of wiggle around that, but it's kind of awkward. So I do like having the loader control back where it should be, closer to your seat. One thing I don't like about the RK37, it's not a big deal, the hydraulic lines for the loader, they kind of are on the outside of the loader versus the Kubota, they're on the inside of the loader. Fuel tank, I like where you fill the fuel tank and where the fuel tank is located on the RK37 back here in the back, compared to the Kubota up here on the hood. But that's like a personal preference kind of thing. Now this RK37 has a lot more features. Like I said, the L3901 is an economy model. So a lot of these features that are on the RK37 you could find on the Grand Series Kubota, I'm sure. Like this seat, a very nice suspension seat with armrests. It is a lot more comfortable than the L3901. This one has tilt wheel, little things like a horn. Even applying the parking brake is easier on the RK37 versus the Kubota. Let me show you something on that. When I first got this tractor, it was literally the first day I had it. This is the lever, you know, you push down on the parking brake and you apply the brake with this lever. There's a little red plastic cap on there, and the first time I went to take it off, it just popped off and went down this hole. It was gone. I'm like, what the heck? Why would they even waste the time putting it on there? I mean, it's no big deal. It just kind of bothered me. Now this RK37 is a shuttle shift. The Kubota is hydrostatic, but the RK55 I have is a hydrostatic as well. It has two pedals instead of the big rocker pedal. I do like the two pedals versus the big rocker pedal on the Kubota. Once again, maybe personal preference, but I find the two pedals way more comfortable than this one. I haven't had any real problems with this Kubota at all. It's got about 200 hours on it. Just a few kind of little dumb things, and anybody that has one, I'm sure, goes through the same thing. Safety switch here under the seat, bad design. If the tractor's leaning just a little bit, it'll want to shut off on you if you're on this side of the seat at all. It's just something you have to get used to, or you can just kind of bypass that. I never did that. Something else, this little safety switch right here for the PTO, it actually needs fixed right now. See how that is? It will not start. And when you're brush hogging with this thing, you get all kind of stuff up in here. I've had problems with that before. Just kind of a poor design. And what else? Oh, these hydrostatic Kubotas, it's very loud and kind of a whiny sound to it. It's no big deal. It doesn't affect it at all, but it's just something that, you know, you might want to know. This RK37, it comes standard with rear remotes, rear tires loaded with rim guard. The Kubota does not. You can do both of that though, if you'd like. So the way this RK37 is set up, this is how they all come. You know, the open station ones, they all have tilt wheel, they all got the nice seat. The only option on this tractor, the only thing you can get, this one has the third function valve on it, so I can run a loader. Both tractors have the quick attach skid steer type. I never had any problems with this on the Kubota. I know some guys have. You got the old stump finder right there. There's the RK37. So I've had the Kubota a couple years now, and I've got about 200 hours on it so far, and it's been a good tractor. I haven't had any problems with it, you know, just minor things, and it's all that safety switch stuff. The seat safety switch is a really bad design. The safety switch for the PTO, another bad design, and besides that, I do have problems occasionally with the PTO cable. It's a little quirky, but besides that, I have no problems with it at all, and that tractor will run for years and years, I'm sure. The RK37, I've only had a few months, and I only have about 10 hours on it so far. So far, I like everything about it. The only thing I would do differently is have those hydraulic hoses inside the loader. It's not really a big deal. It's just probably something I would do. That's the only thing on the RK37 that I would change at this point, or that I can say that I'm not fond of. The Kubota, things that I'm not fond of on it, and a lot of this is personal preference, is that pedal for the hydrostat. I don't like how you gotta kind of pick your leg up and reach back to go in reverse. It just feels awkward to me. Some guys like it, I don't. The loader control, I'd much rather it be where it is on the RK37 than where it is on the Kubota. You can access the RK37 from both sides, which you cannot do very easily on the Kubota. And the transmission hump on the Kubota, I don't like that. I like the flat deck much better on the RK37. So, bottom line is this. I think they're both good tractors. I do.